Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about using oils with your pets, particularly dogs. I know this is Valentine's Day week and we should be talking about all these aphrodisiac oils and all that kind of stuff, but this is on my heart because we have a pup that he's 7-year-old Vizsla, and we were told that he had pneumonia. So one night we came home and we noticed his breathing was really short breaths, and he's a super hyper dog. He takes fairly large breaths usually, so it was really noticeable. And so right away we called because it seemed pretty concerning, and we called the emergency vet because it was after hours, and they said if it's respiratory, bring him in. And so what we found out from that was that they thought he had kennel cough, but after doing the x-ray found he had severe pneumonia, and they said it was catastrophic. And so it was really scary. We've had a lot going on with our family in general, and just a total challenging chapter between tackling a lot of stressful things and then having a baby, and then a baby also went to ER the week before, so it was so much. So Bourbon, lay down. So anyways, and so I wanted to share with you what I'd used oil-wise for him as well. So what we did was, when we found out this is pretty severe, dogs can pass away from it, and so it is bacterial or fungal, depends which one. There's a few different kinds, and basically what they said was his heart was also oversized, so it was pushing on his lungs, which made it really hard for him to breathe. So I of course listened to the doctor. They gave us antibiotics, which by the way are super expensive. So I wanted to show you, first of all, inexpensive option, but effective, and why, and what we did. And so given that it was catastrophic is what they said, that really scared me, and I thought, you know what, we're going to use these antibiotics from the doctor, but we are also going to use some things that have natural antibiotics and help fight bacteria, fungal, antifungal, antiviral, those kind of things, from oils. So it's super cool, and I will tell you right off the bat that this has been successful. We are getting the final x-ray, but he's been running around like crazy, howling, just eating really well. He's never had a lull in his appetite, all the things that really would scare you. And so super happy about it. So what we did is I called my friend who she's a licensed dog massage therapist, so she is really well versed in what we can do massage wise, and she's the expert on that, and I would love to have her on and talk to her more about what she does. So she came over and she helped do a massage to help loosen the fluid in his lungs as well, and we also integrated oils. So she has one brand she uses, which are not doTERRA oils, but they are an excellent resource for knowing. She's done a lot of research on using oils on your pets and dogs. It's animaleo.com, and so a lot of their blends are straight across the same as doTERRA or very similar. So she came over and helped with that, and we used some oils before on him. So I'm going to share with you just doTERRA, what I used. They also have a book that's an excellent resource, and I can post it. It's a $50 big encyclopedia, but if you're super into pets and oils and you want to kind of take your animals' health in your own hands, I suggest getting it. So first things first, I also reached out to the essential oil vet, Janet. I forgot her last name. I can tag her, and I just reached out to ask her about internal usage, because I wanted to use internal. I knew that is the root, and we need to work from the inside out to fight whatever's going on, right? So I reached out to her, and she suggested On Guard soft gels as one option. And so if you're not familiar, On Guard soft gels plus are On Guard. They have Melissa, they have oregano, they have black pepper, and this is going to help support your immune system and your pups. So she suggested one every 12 hours, and which I did for Bourbon, who's our 7-year-old Vizsla, and then also our 14-year-old Tucker, who's a fox terrier. So Tucker is very likely to, because they sleep in the same bed and we're in a very small space, and it's contagious, and he has a lower immune system, there's a high likelihood he could get it. So I wanted to make sure that I was protecting his immune system and nip it in the bud, because I am not ready to lose my 14-year-old pup. So yeah, so I did that for a protective, like proactive measure. And so for internal only, I'll share other than that. For internal, for Bourbon, I used 3 things. I used frankincense, I used copaiba, and I used oregano. I used 1 drop of oregano. This is your powerhouse. This is your natural, like, antibiotic, antibacterial, antifungal. This is not one really you use other than when you're sick, and this is one I use when I'm sick. I looked up to make sure it was safe to use. doTERRA's is safe to use, so anything I'm talking about is just doTERRA's. And then frankincense, power it, and just work from a cellular level, super calming. And copaiba, awesome for respiratory, and was one that was pointed in the direction in the book. I think it was in the book. I looked up multiple resources on these, so copaiba was number 1. If you look up pneumonia in your Essential Life book, I followed kind of that, and then I made sure whatever I used was dog friendly also. So I kind of be smart and do your own research, and just kind of trust your own instinct a little bit on which direction to go. I was mindful on how much I'm using, so I did 1 drop of oregano to keep it nice and gentle, and at first I did 1 drop of copaiba and 1 drop of frankincense. I did that twice a day at first, and then once a day, since I was doing the On Guard soft gels and as antibiotics. I then upped the drops to 2 frankincense, 2 copaiba, 1 oregano once a day, and then 1 On Guard soft gel a day. So, and we are going to keep this going, even though his antibiotic just ran out. I'm going to keep it going, for like about the 10 days is when you want to stop oregano. Don't want to kill off that good bacteria, is about when I'll stop that. And then for diffusing is super helpful for respiratory support. So we have a pedal diffuser. We're currently living in a trailer as we build our house. So the diffuser does reach out to the room, but in the book, and I'm sorry, I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I will post it after. The book that I referred to did talk a lot about direct diffusing, and I think it's called tenting. And so I put a little Brevi diffuser, the smaller diffuser that is in like the Healthy Start kit. I put that right by the dog bed. And I just made sure that I'm diluting appropriate for him. So at first I started at like 3 drops, and then I went to 5 total in the Brevi diffuser, and I still diffused my other diffuser. I really wanted to make sure that his respiratory system was really taking in all the benefits of these oils. So number 1 that I used is Breathe. Breathe is the respiratory blend. The oils in this are super soothing for your respiratory system and opening airways. So this is one thing that's going to help him release that. And Arbor-Vitae, awesome for immune support, but also for respiratory. This goes a long way. This is the 5 ml. I swear, I just do 1 drop of this, and then I did a few of Breathe, and then, because it also suggested it was copaiba, I did diffuse. So I did those 3 diffusing. One you could also add is Melaleuca, but it didn't really list it for pneumonia, so I've just started adding it just to kind of break. I like to mix up what you're doing as well. So that's what I diffused. And then topical usage. So you can use topically on pets too. And again, do your own research. I am no expert. I'm just sharing with you what I did because it's working. And so I made 2 sprays. So this is like the doTERRA spray bottles you can buy. And then this is a glass bottle from Amazon. So what I did was my husband read that you could actually like spray the bedding and then it's just like a natural diffuser. And so we did just Breathe. We did Breathe in this spray bottle. spray down the bed every day, especially right before he goes to lay down. And then if he was like ever sleeping, you know, dogs are really sensitive sense-wise, so you don't want to like douse them in it. You want to be respectful and make sure that they are attracted to the oil too, that they're not like running away from it. But I would like spray closer to where like his face was going to be laying, just not too much. So I just did, I think I did, this is a is this a 30 ml? I think I did 10 drops of oil and the rest water. That's it. You can go lighter, then you can add. That's what I would suggest. And then this spray I made a little bit stronger, and I followed what was suggested in the Essential Life book. So I did copaiba, I did breathe, I did arbor vitae, and Roman chamomile. That was one that was listed for pneumonia as well for topical usage. I filled this with fractionated coconut oil. So this is all just an oil-based spray, and the places to apply that I read was obviously on his lungs. So getting to know the dog's anatomy was interesting. So I did it on his chest, where his lungs are. So if you just feel over the ribs, that's where. Also I did his throat. And then they suggested on the bottom of the paw. So if you know, we always will apply, if you apply on the bottom of your feet, that's a great place for humans to have topical application, because there's a lot of nerve endings and blood supply, so it's really going to get internal quickly. So it said to do on the bottom of the paw in between the pads, so that way they can't lick it off, probably is the way it's saying that. And then you can also do it down the spine, so you can just like kind of push the hair back and spray direct as much as you can. And then I just got kind of massaged in. So yeah, so that is that blend. But yeah, super scary when you have dogs or pets that have something going on. They can't talk to you, so it was hard, because I had a friend that lost their dog from pneumonia too recently. So when you hear that, you instantly are thinking the worst and just thinking, what can I do to try to help the situation? And I'm just so grateful we have these tools. Right now, I don't think I could deal with my dog going. So I'm super happy. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I'm super happy that everything seems to be working. I mean, I can't wait to find out what the x-ray says, and I'll be sure to share with you. But he's an amazing spirit. He's coughing up some of the fluid. So yeah, anyways, just a great way, integrating your modern medicine with your holistic. It doesn't have to be one way or the other way. You can really use integrative and use your intuition and follow what works best for you. So I'll also share my friend Susie, who does the dog massage. She is local to Tacoma. She's amazing. She knows a lot. And I truly believe that that also played a factor. And we probably need to get both of them massaged again, because massaging a Vizsla isn't easy. He was up moving around, but I'll be sure to share that as well. But anyways, talk to you guys later. See ya.